Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Early Mornings LA, the 6:30 edition. Thank you for joining me on a continuing coverage of Early Mornings LA with big updates, great news about your second stimulus check and second stimulus package. Boy, the president is pushing for the $2,000 stimulus check and is getting the Senate GOP leaders behind him. But in this recording, what I'm going to do, continuing the video before it, I'm going to go over the great deal provisions that are going to sustain when the president pushes this to a vote. There's a lot of great stuff in this second stimulus package, and it's sort of been, dissolved or ignored as we focus only on the check part of the bill. There's the unemployment, there's the SNAP, there's the free broadband, there's a lot more and across the board. Meantime, things are omitted. I'm going to go over those as well and explain to you when you're going to get those additionally. It's a great morning. Incredible great news. As the second stimulus check is heading to the finish line, I'm here, you're here, and let's get rock and rolling on Early Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Early Mornings LALATE. The president wants you to have the $2,000 stimulus check and is working the GOP leaders to ensure you get it. He's working behind the scenes to ensure he gets enough votes in the Senate to get this to the finish line. Ultimately, the last bill passed with an overwhelming number of votes. He just needs to have some of those and a little bit less to get it passed. Those who don't want you to have anything. And by all accounts, he may get it. By all accounts, the people who wanted you to have a $600 stimulus check and vote in favor of it would do the same for a $2,000 stimulus check. And that's the really great news. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please do, because I'm fighting to get you money right around the corner. I'm fighting you 24/7, fighting for you 24/7, not fighting with you 24/7, to ensure you get the money you need. I'm giving you routing times to ensure there's not a time in which you're going to have a gap of benefits. I'm ensuring you prepare accordingly for when your money may not get there because of delays from Congress. So I'm showing you all the dichotomies of where something may not land and how you need to really supplement it with another thing that'll be coming at the same time. It's that type of spirit on a channel that's now 24 hours a day, the only 24-hour news channel there is of this kind anywhere worldwide, with 12 hours of shows, with 12 shows throughout the day, starting at 1 o'clock in the morning. If you missed Overnight LALATE, it's on the site now. It starts with EIDL at 1 a.m., following by PUA at 2 a.m., and then this early morning's broadcast, 6 and 6:30. And this is an instant premiere, and as an instant premiere, you can chat with your profile buddies. Over there is some of those folks. You can chat along and interact with them and discuss the things that, may impact you and that you may think about along the way. So say hello and interact with them and express your thoughts about what's going on. And with that, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here today is that the president wants to get this to the finish line. And by getting to the finish line, this means a $2,000 stimulus check. And to get it to that $2,000 stimulus check, he needs to get enough votes among senators in the GOP that are on point. He just needs to repeat the number of votes from last time. He's fine. He can even do less votes. But in this video, I'm going to go over the other provisions that he wants you to have as well. Those provisions are really exciting and really great. And with that, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news is that there's so much good stuff in this bill. First, there's SNAP benefits of 15%. The 15% would be automatic and would raise your benefits automatic at the time in which the bill is passed. Those benefits would just flow right out. It would not increase benefits, but be automatic on point. Next, PUA and UI would be extended to March 14th of next year. Then FPUC would also be reactivated from the date at which the bill becomes law and go forward to March 14th of next year. What about retro? Coming up in a second at the 10-minute mark in this video. Then rent aid. Yes, rent aid, broadband, child support, all those things, let me go over each of them, are for low-income families. That's generally for families that make about $49,000 or less, single individuals. You would qualify for a lot of free stuff. What are the free things? First, Child support. There would be a provision for child support in there that allocates an enormous amount of money for families that need child support that are low-income families. This includes whether you're working or not working. Really great news. Second, rent aid. This is state stimulus, honey. This is state stimulus. This, again, is for families of low-income thresholds. The money would not run in a government agency. Rather, would go from the federal government to the states, and from the states to cities and counties. You would apply locally to get this money. It's very simple and it's very needed, and would replenish the programs that you have looked for rent aid already. And it could also provide you additional rent, even if you've gotten some rent aid from this channel on Purple and Purple Power Live. It would also cover utilities, it would cover back rent, and then future rent as well. A lot of money and a lot of needed relief as well. Free broadband? Yes. What's broadband? It's internet. It's internet. It's internet connectivity. It's internet in your home. They understand that in times of social distancing and stay-at-home orders and lockdowns, you need the internet. You can't be left without connectivity to the World Wide Web. So they want to provide low-income families internet, free internet. This includes internet for rural areas. And with that, now that we're talking about rural areas, let me get to another subject that's really great. Stimulus for farmers and ranchers. Yes, I have a lot of farmers on this channel. There's going to be direct payments, is the exact words, to farmers and ranchers impacted by the pandemic. It's not quite clear if this is EIDL or stimulus checks. In the past, they did EIDL grants for ranchers and farmers, and they were announced, and within 24 hours, people got the money. It was literally that fast. So expect this money to come to you very fast if you are a rancher or farmer. What else? Well, there is EIDL grant, but it's only for the inner city, so it's not for all people. And then what else? PPP. Yes, another round of PPP. Forgivable PPP would be in that as well. So there's a lot of stuff in this bill that's very, very exciting and very good. Now, what's left out? Well, while there is included an eviction moratorium to January 31st of next year, there is no mortgage forbearance and there's no student loan debt repayment schedule. That would be taken all care of by Joe Biden on day one by executive order after his inauguration, I've been reporting. All indications suggest he's going to do executive order on day one to do mortgage forbearance, eviction moratorium, simpler without CDC involved, and student loan debt forgiveness, claims Chuck Schumer. That's all really exciting. So how soon could you see this money from the second stimulus package? The stimulus check, fastest item, 10 days. 10 days, electronic receipt, if you're set up for electronic receipt, and add additional week if you're not signed up for it. 10 days, calendar days from the day at which it becomes law. Very, very easy. The PUA and UI in the video before this, I told you it's going to be delayed, maybe delayed to middle January or middle February, depends on your state. The SNAP could be instant, could be just a day or two. The EIDL grants for the inner city could be by the end of the week, that fast. I mean, GV Carranza does things you can't imagine. Like the program literally appears on the website overnight, like in 4 hours. And then the money starts landing people's bank account in 24 hours. I mean, they just do things really quick at SBA now because they have very, very modern computer processes and they subcontract out a lot of stuff to get this done right. What about the other stuff? PPP could go live by that end of that week. This is an emergency program. They need that PPP to land where it needs to land. How fast your banks do PPP is a whole other issue. That was all the videos of this channel back in April. Oh, well, the bank doesn't do this, the bank doesn't do that. Go to the Lendio, go to all these other cabbage. I did all those videos back in the day. I expect all that problems back again. The rent aid will be slow. The rent aid under the second stimulus package, I just expect it to be insidiously slow, like a month at least. They got to send the money to the states, and then the states have to decide which money to what county, how much to each county. Oh, you're too big a county, you're too small a county, and then from the county to the city. It just, I'm dreading this one. They should have done it on a federal level. They should not have done it on a local level. It's just going to be very, very, very slow, at least a month. The farmer's aid, maybe by the end of the week. Maybe by the week after, unless it's one where you have to apply, then maybe it's slowed down. And how about other things? Oh, the broadband and the child support. I expect that to be insanely slow. I mean, you're telling broadband companies to go give free internet to people. So first they got to have the application process, then you got to apply, then you got to be approved, then they got to contact the cable company or the broadband people, and you know how slow they are. They're like a month unto themselves. I see this probably by March. Just the pandemic will be over by the time at which you actually have the broadband in your home. It's just, these are things you don't do in December in the middle of the pandemic. You know, it's 8 months after the pandemic. You do it on the first week of the pandemic. It boggles the mind when I see stuff like this. So what else would not be in here that would be coming in third stimulus? Well, that's hazard pay. That's MSC, multiple stimulus checks. That is the EIDL grant, the remainder of your $10,000 EIDL grant. That's the CDC grant. That is all those things and more. SSI and SSDI, the $2,400. Those things would come in January because, you know, they weren't supposed to be in here. Now, viewers may look back and think, you know, we gave money to foreign governments in this bill. We gave money to a museum in this bill. Why couldn't you have done the SSI and SSDI? The truth of the matter is a lot of these other things do have a big price tag. I mean, a lot of these things we're talking about paying lots of people $2, $3, $4, $5, $10,000 each. They have big price tags. And ultimately, those big price tags are dependent upon what happens in the Senate races in Georgia. If the Senate races land in Georgia, a result in which the GOP retains the Senate, then anything that is proposed under Biden that pays anyone in their hands more than, I don't know, $5,000, never going to see it. You're never going to see it. So here's an example. I used this example the other day. Let's say you're an Uber or Lyft driver. How much money could you get from the Biden third stimulus? Let's do it. Let's do the math. Okay, stimulus check every month for 6 months. Okay, $2,000 every month. Okay, that's $12,000. Okay, start with $12,000. EIDL grant, yeah, $10,000. Let's throw $10,000 on top of that. Okay, now you're $22,000. The CDC grant, yeah, you're essential workers for that. You can get some of that as well. What, 22? So add like another 10, 32,000. Okay, how about hazard pay? Yeah, the 10,000 for that. Another 10,000. 42,000. Hey, we're doing good. We're at 42,000. Can we get to 50,000? Well, you see the point. We're paying people $42,000 a person who makes, you know, $9,000 a year on Uber and Lyft. You see the problem with this situation. If you're making $9,000 a year, why are we paying you $42,000? That's the problem, the situation. I fully understand that there's going to be a big bickering of this coming next year, because there has to be a nexus of to why you're paying the money, and is that person also getting, you know, $10,000 from another program that's sort of overlapping. Hazard pay overlaps with EIDL. EIDL overlaps with a CDC grant, and then if you're giving people, you know, 7 stimulus checks, then that sort of is a lot of money, and that's the problem you're going to confront in January if the Senate remains GOP. Just sort of start cutting things out. Get the scissors and start cutting things away. This is not going to happen. So there you go. With that, there's so much to see and so much to know. Join me next on Mornings LALATE at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. With that, make sure you subscribe. Go to the Fun's channel, subscribe. Also like this video. Stay informed, stay smiling, and stay LA for more.